Yes, we are live. Good morning, everyone. How are you? So today is going to be a double kettlebell full body workout, about 40 minutes. And then there's going to be time afterward for any questions that you may have. So the equipment I'd like you to use, for the ladies, I suggest a 15-pound and a 25-pound bell. And for the men, about 20 to 35 and 35 pounds. But depending on your experience, your level, how you're feeling today, all right, but definitely using 2 bells. And if you're using a fitness bell, a shorter bell than the big competition bells, you can always use a block underneath it on some movements to lift the ground up to you. So I'll cue you on that. All right, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning. And let's go through a warm-up, okay? Let's get into it. So again, I'm going to use 2 of the larger competition bells. This one is 8 kg, about 19 pounds. And this one is 12 kg, 26 pounds. And again, you can use the shorter fitness bells if you want, but make sure that you have 2, preferably one lighter, one heavier. Let's start our warm-up in cat-cow. So you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips, and we're going to mobilize the spine utilizing your breath. This is a go-to for me every time I warm up. It just gives me a sense of how my spine, hips, shoulders are feeling each time I come to training. So as you curl, you're going to exhale. Tuck your pelvis under, look to your navel, and then reverse it. Face up, tail up, that's your inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Curl, exhale. Feel what you're doing. Inhale. Push the ground away. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Now a little sacroiliac stretch. Bring your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders and bring your knees together, but keep this tabletop position. Shift your hips to your right, and then look to your left elbow, bend it slightly, not to the ground, but just slightly. You're going to get a stretch on the right side of your low back at the sacroiliac joint. And then shift your hips to the left, bend your right elbow slightly. Keep going side to side, shifting to the right, bend the left, shifting to the left, bend the right. One more time. If you are used to doing your workouts barefooted, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to wear sneakers, but your preference. And now come back to center, bring your hands back under your shoulders, your knees back under your hips, tuck your toes and pick your hips up for down dog to stretch the back of the legs, hamstrings, calves, and push your trunk toward your thighs. Just breathe here. Maybe bend one knee, push the other one down. No rushing through the warm-up. You really want to just feel where your body is today. Get the heart rate up slightly. Get the muscles warm. And let's push both heels down. Come to plank position. Lower the hips toward the ground. Chest is forward. Look forward. Bend your knees. Push yourself back. And then straighten your legs again. Take a moment here to stretch. Come back to plank. Hips lower, chest forward, shoulders down. Bend your knees, push back, straighten. Let's do that 2 more times. Plank. Hips lower, shoulders down, bend, push back. One more time. Plank. Hips lower, bend your knees. Come to down dog. Just stay there for a moment. And then slight bend in your knees. Walk your feet forward towards your hands. Let your head drop. Be really heavy. Shake your head out. And then on an exhale, engage your abs and roll up. Slowly. Good. All right, let me just see if everything is okay. You can hear me, you can see me. Good. Say hi, good morning. Tell me where you're coming in from. Hi, Georgia. Good. All right. Great. All right, let's continue with the warm-up. So again, 2 bells today, full body workout. Women about 15 pounds and 25 pounds. Guys about 20 pounds and 35 pounds. As long as you have 2 different bells today, okay? That's what we're gonna be doing. So let's come on to our backs and go into a dead bug, which is great for ab warm up. So reaching your arms up, palms facing each other, your hips and knees are at 90 degrees. Not too close in. Now already, if your thighs are a little bit away from you, you might feel a little bit of a tension in your abs. You want that. Keep your lower ribs down on the ground, no arching. On an inhale, slowly extend, opposite arm and leg. The slower, the better. On an exhale, bring it back. If you're doing it right, it doesn't take a lot of reps to feel this. Good warm up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, keep the lower ribs down. Exhale, bring back. Extend. Exhale. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. All right, bring your feet down. Let's go with bridges. Lifting the hips and lower, lift, pushing through the feet. Getting the hips, glutes, hamstrings warmed up. Up. Let's go 5 more. Two, and 1. Straighten one leg either to the ceiling, easier version, or thighs parallel, more challenging version. Push through the foot. Let's go for 10. 2, 3. Push. 2 more. Other side. Up. Push. 2 more. Up. Up. Good. All right, come to standing. Really, really important. Single leg deadlift as part of the warm up to warm up your hips, to warm up the single hip. So as part of the warm-up, the workout, I'm going to use a stepper with 2 risers later. You can use a couple of books or anything that you might have, a very short stool or something like that, a pad. So grab that too. And I'm going to put the block on top of the stepper now for the last movement of the warm-up. Standing on your right leg, you're going to go into a single leg deadlift. So you're hinging from that right hip. The left leg lifts in opposition to your trunk. Touch. Now we're going to do this later with weight, so I want you to warm it up. Try to balance or touch down. Hinging. Standing knee just stays soft, but it doesn't bend. You're hinging from that right hip, and then the hamstrings and the glute cause you to stand. Hinge. And 1 more. If you need to lift your spot up higher, that's absolutely fine. You can also use a chair to touch. Let's go on the other side. Get your balance. You're hinging from the left hip, energy through the right heel. This is one of my favorite ways to warm up the hips before I do my snatch training or any kind of workout. Single leg deadlift. Again, if you're just coming to the workout, this is a 40-minute full body double kettlebell session. Let's go 2 more. Ladies, the weights I'd like you to use are around 15 pounds and 25 pounds. Guys, 20 pounds and 35 pounds. And if you have a block and a few books or a stepper, please use that too. Okay, we're going to get into it. Are you ready? Everybody okay? All right, we're gonna get into it. Grab your water. Okay, let's do it. So we're gonna start with the light bell. And we're gonna go into a halo, and add a chop. Oh, my bobby pin came out. That's okay. So grab your lighter bell. Bring your legs close together and bring the bottom to face up in front of your chest. So you may know the halo. You're going to bring the bell to one side, your ear. The bottom is facing back and your forearm is over your head here. Then you're going to bring it behind you, other ear, and chest. One more time. So one side, behind, other side, and now I want you to cross the body and open up to the opposite side, chop. So your hip pivoted and you're shining the bottom of the bell to that side. Now let's bring the legs together and cross the body to the other side. Cross the body, chop. With me. Around, chop. Cross the body, open, chop. Give a definitive stop right here. Stop. That's where your abs, your obliques come in. Take your time here. Shoulder range of motion. Open, chop. Around, cross the body, chop. Shoulders down. Open, chop. One more each way. You don't need a heavy bell with this. All right, now let's grab your heavier bell along with your light bell. And if you're using a fitness bell, a shorter bell, you can raise your kettlebell, the heavier one, onto your block or onto a book. I don't need to do that because these bells are tall. Bring your legs together. The light bell is going to go into a swing clean, just a little swing, bring it to the rack. Now you're going to bend your knees, keep your trunk up, and give a little more than a tap. Stand, suitcase, deadlift. Let's go. So swing clean on the outside. Now as you lower, you have to lift your elbow a little bit to keep that bell from pulling you forward. So here's your rack. The elbow has to lift a little more than a tap and stand. Again, swing clean. Up. Swing clean. Try not to lean or tilt toward that heavy bell. Again. Elbow lifts so you can keep your trunk as upright as possible. Swing clean. Two more. A lot of obliques here, along with the legs. One more. Switching sides. On this swing clean, since we're on the outside of the leg, I'm keeping the handle, the corner forward. It's just a really direct line. You don't have to rotate it in. So let's go swing clean. Up. The elbow is going to lift a little bit. Stay straight up. Don't tilt. And stand. Swing clean. Up. Up. Breathing. Legs and obliques. No tilting. Good. 3 more. Up. Elbow has to lift. This is the same principle with front squats. One more. So if you're doing a double kettlebell front squat or any squat, like when the bell's in the rack, even on a single side, as you squat down, the arm has to keep the bell up so you can keep your trunk up so it doesn't pull you forward. Now, both bells to the rack position. So I'm going to swing clean through the legs to get this one up Now we've got the right side, one press. Bring it back. Heavier bell, push press using your legs. Up, 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 down. 2 presses. 1 push press. 3. Use the legs for the heavier weight. We have 4 and then we have 5 and then we'll switch. Don't let your palm turn away from you. Keep it a little bit more facing your head. Better alignment for your shoulder so you don't get injured or overstretch your tendons. And push press. And this is the last one for 5. Breathing. 1 more. And push press. Good. Let's switch sides. I'm going to swing clean, the heavier one, first. That's easy. And then either outside or inside your legs, doesn't matter. So let's go with 1 press. No legs. Now push press. 2. Breathing. 1. 3. Practice keeping that palm a little bit facing your head, at most facing flush away, but not more than that. Push press. Takes practice to feel it. 4. Push press. And the last set, 5. 1 more. Push press. Good. If you're just coming to this workout, we're using 1 heavier and 1 lighter bell. Ladies, 15 and 25 about, and guys, 20 pounds and 35 pounds about. All right, I'm just checking in. So now we're going to go to the stepper. How's my YouTube? Everybody all right here? Okay, good. Everybody right there? Why don't you grab the handle firmly? Because I'm not looking for high tension in this kind of workout. The objective is to get the bell to its positions. So in the hard style or the high tension style, it's about teaching you to tighten, tighten, tighten. But I don't think that that's as efficient for sports or everyday activities. I think of tennis. You're not staying tight the whole time. You are running and then stopping, changing direction, stopping. So it's not all tension. So there's a place for that. But if our objective is to get the bell up, we got into the rack. I'm going to relax for a moment before my next movement. Even here overhead, the objective is to have the weight over your bones. I don't need to do this to do it. Now, if you want to work your grip and you want to create that extra tension, you can, but it's really not necessary for the objectives of the movements that we're doing. So that's a really good question. Let's go now to a 3-part movement. I'm going to use the heavier bell, up to you though, okay? Maybe try first with the heavier. If it's really too much, then go down to the lighter. I'm going to use the stepper. Plank position. So we've got 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. Plank, 3 knees in, float it back. Other side, 3 knees in, float it back. Bring your legs together. You're going to turn away from the bell and go 3 leg lifts. Then we're going to come back, okay? So let's get started. Plank position, 3 rows. Row 1, a little more than a touch. 2, 3. Bring your hand to the step or the book. Knee in, touch, send it back. 2, 3. Other side. 2, 3. Bring your legs together. Turn away from the bell. 3, 2, 1. And again. 3. Keep the same side hip closed. Don't let this open. Leg floats. Pull it in. Touch. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And turn. 3. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Plank. 3, 2, 1. 3. Make contact. Seal the legs. Turn. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming to the other side. Now on this side, my right hip tends to want to open, so I'm going to focus on keeping it pointing straight down to the floor when I'm doing the row. Let's begin. 3, 2, and 1. Leg in. Touch. Other side. Good. Seal the legs together. Turn. And 3, 2, 1. Row. And bring it in. Other side. Seal the legs. Turn away from the bell. 3, 2, 1. One more time. 2, 1. Other side. 1. And seal the legs. Turn. We go 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Should be really warm by now. Let's go back to the halo with the chop. One more time around. Okay, bottom of the bell is up at your chest. Legs close together. Let's bring it. I think this is going to be your right side, I believe. So around and then to chop to the right. To your left ear, chop to your left. Around. Stop. Stop. Around. Open. Open. One more. All right, let's go back to the double bell, swing clean, suitcase deadlift. Again, use your block if you have a shorter fitness bell and you want to raise it up for the suitcase, the heavier side. Legs close together, and let's outside swing clean, and stay stable, stay straight, and stand. Swing, swing, a little more than a touch. Up. Breathing. Two more. One more. Okay. Whew, switching sides. Legs close together. Let's swing clean. Bring it up. Elbow is going to lift. Keep your trunk upright. Keep that bell from pulling you forward. Outside, swing clean. Up. Again, a lot of obliques here to reduce the rotation or tilting toward that heavy belly. Your obliques are doing that work. Last two. Last one. All right, bring that bell up, the heavy bell up. All right, now we're going down the ladder, starting at 5 presses, and then 1 push press. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rack. 1 push press. 4. Stay with me. Keep that palm facing a little more towards your head for healthy shoulders. So you're not overstretching the shoulder and tricep tendons. This is 3. Push press. We're at 2. Up. Last one. Up. Up. Good. So the objective here, I want you to feel the weight over your bones. So with both the light bell and the heavy bell, I want you to feel as if you could stay here for an hour and just keep that weight stacked over your bones, providing you have good shoulder mobility. That's the feeling I want you to get. So let's bring the bells up. I'm gonna do a double swing clean, which feels really weird with 1 lighter bell, but it's fun. All right, so let's go with 5 light. Stick it each time. Stick it. One push press. That push press is a power move. It's springy. So a little dip and a big drive. One more. Dip drive. Bump up. Can't do it slowly. Three, push press. This is 2. One more. And push press. Good. Let's go back to the rows. Knees in. Side plank, hip abduction. Plank position. Keep the same side hip pointer down toward the floor. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Leg in. Float it back. 2, 1. Other side. Seal the legs together. Turn away from the bell. Lift the leg. 3, 2, 1. And back to your row. Leg. 3. Touch. 3, 2. Seal the legs together. And lift. 3, 2, 1. One more time on this side. And 3, 2. Other leg. 3. Seal the legs. Turn. And then let's switch without bringing our knees down. Let's switch right away. Ready? Come to plank. Change the bell. Let's go into it. Same side hip pointers down. 2, 3, staying in that plank. Leg. Other side. And seal the legs. Turn away from the bell. 3, 2, 1. Row. A little more than a touch. 2. Breathing. Building up a lot of heat, right? Are you with me? 3, 2, 1. Seal the legs. Turn. Okay, last time. 3, 2, 1. Three, don't rush. Quality movements. Seal the legs, turn. Good. Okay. Terrific. Checking in. Get some water. How's everyone doing? So far, so cool. Good. Thanks, Jason. Hi. All right. Everybody okay? We'll end in about 10 minutes and then I'll go through all your questions and everything. So either you could post them now or post them later on. I think later on would be better when we're done so I don't have to scroll through it. It'll just make it more efficient for our time. Okay, let's go on to a new series of movements. So here's where we're going to use the deadlift. I'm going to go with the lighter bell, but your choice. Why don't you start with the lighter bell? And then if it's really easy for you, you can go heavier. Now, again, if you have a short fitness bell, you might want to add the block, either when it's medium height like this, or it's low height like this. Let me show you what we're going to do. So taking the handle with the window facing you, you're going to pass the corners as you do a posterior step. So if you take your left leg back, kettlebell's in the left hand. The right leg is doing the work. Pass under, stand. We're going to do that 4 times. Then here's the single leg deadlift. You're going to touch either that stepper, your books, or the block, depending on the height you want, at about 90 degrees here. You're going to give 1 row and then stand. And then we're doing the lunges again for 4, 2 rows, 4 lunges, back and forth, till we get to 4 rows. So the kettlebell's in your left hand. Let's take the left leg back, pass it, give it back. Pass it. 2 more, pass it. Give it back to the left hand. Flex from your right hip. Touch, give a row, touch, and stand. Pass again for 4. The right leg is working. Give it back. Take your time here. Flexing over, no rushing. This is 2. Stand. 4 passes. Pass corner to corner. It's the easiest way. We've got 3 rows. Touch. Now, if this is way too hard, you can put your back foot down. 3, if you really have to. Okay, and last time. And we have 4 rows. 4, stay there. 3. It's okay if you lose your balance, nobody's watching. Okay, it's like anything else. You have to practice the balance, and then balance with weight, and then balance with balance into other moves, okay? You have to practice it. It's like push-ups. You know, for a lot of us women, it's so hard in the beginning. You never feel like it's gonna get better. but the more you do it, the easier it gets. And then you begin to lighten. All right, we're standing on the left leg, kettlebell on the right hand. You're passing corner to corner. Let's go. 4. Give it back to the right hand. Take your time, flexing from the left hip. We have 1 row. Again, if you need to put the ball of the right foot down to give yourself a little security, it's okay. But give it a try. Pass. 2 rows. Pass. Breathing. Three rows. The balance won't come by rushing or forcing. It comes by feeling. You have to feel what you're doing. And it can be quite challenging to have the patience to do that, but that's what it requires. 1 more. And we have 4 rows. Yes. Okay, let's go into a gorilla row. So we did some pushing. Now let's do some pulling. So I'm going to row the heavier one. Bells are together. You're going to stand on the outside, flex your hips back, and put your hands on the handles. You're going to push into the light bell as you pull the heavier. Stay here, abs are tight. Let's go for 10. Pull as you push the light bell. 2, 3, a little more than a touch. 2 more. Switching. Hips are out. Hips are back and out to counterbalance the weights that are in front of you. Let's go. That applies to all deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, regular deadlifts, any kind of hinging motion. You want your butt back to counterbalance the weight in the front. This way you're not feeling it in your low back, but your center of gravity is in your hips. 2 more. Good. Let's take your lighter bell and come to a seated position for Russian twist. So your option is to hold the horns here, not at your chest, but a little bit away. Rotate like this. Or you can take the bell into the rack, layer the hands, and as you rotate, the bell is going to flip. It's not banging you because you're rotating with it and absorbing it each time it comes to that side. So I'm going to do that version. Your option, excuse me, let's go for 15. Option also to lift the legs. Okay, let's go. So it's not banging you if you're rotating. And the bigger you make the movement, 5 more, the more challenging it is. Okay, now we're getting short on time. I want to do 1 more round of that posterior step with the single leg row, and this time go down the ladder, okay? So let's finish with this. Are you with me? Good, all right. Let's start on the left leg, bell in the right hand. Corner is available to take. Let's go for 4. All right, give it back to the right hand. Now take your time. Once you touch that step or block or book, we're going to row 4, 3, 2, you can place your hand here. It's very helpful to feel that hip crease. And let's go. Now we're going to 3. Keep the right leg active, energy through that right heel. And step. The left leg's doing the work. Just 2. Take your time. And last set. I'm feeling it. Left leg, left glute. Hip back, take your time. And let's row. Last one. Yes. I like going down the ladder. Let's go on the other side. You're standing on your right leg. Take the left leg back. Sometimes the first set of an exercise is its warm-up. Let's go over for where your brain is trying to learn the movement. And then oftentimes when you come back to it within the same workout like we are now, it's better because you know what to expect, your brain knows what to do. 2 more. And let's row for 3. Hinging, feel that hinge. All right, 2 more. We've got 2 rows. And then the last one here. And we have 1 row. Okay. All right, done with the workout. Let's just go into cat-cow and down dog again. And then please exhale, curl. You might be able to get a little more out of this movement now that you're totally warmed up. A couple more. Push the ground away, make yourself into a big letter C. Good, tuck your toes down.